It's a procedure more than 750,000 women have had over the last 12 years. And according to doctors, most with desired results. But now more and more women are coming forward blaming pain and mystery medical issues that had gone undiagnosed for years on Essure. In a special report, Marcy Kobriger takes a look at the product, the procedure, and the problems that some local women say they suffered because of it.
2 was plenty. 2 was plenty.
Yeah.
25-year-old Danica Nieuwenhuis knew beyond a doubt when she was done having kids. So she sought out a doctor to discuss having her tubes tied.
And that was the first thing that came out of his mouth was Essure. And I thought, oh, okay, well, new baby at home, no downtime. Sure, why not?
Essure is a permanent birth control procedure that works with your body to create a natural barrier against pregnancy.
This video from the manufacturer Bayer shows how the procedure works. Metal coils are placed in the fallopian tubes. The body has an immune response to a material in the coil and over time creates scar tissue blocking the tube, preventing pregnancy. But Danica and other women from West Michigan say Essure, which was sold to them as a time and money-saving measure, ended up causing immeasurable pain and suffering.
Oh, cramps all the time. My periods were so much heavier.
I had lots of tingling in my arms and my legs, and my fingers would go numb.
I didn't want to get out of bed a lot, just depressed, and I didn't know what was going on with me.
The 3 women described many shared symptoms that went undiagnosed for each for years.
Testing and more testing and more testing and nothing coming up, and just like, am I crazy? Am I imagining this?
When everything started getting really bad, I thought that I had ovarian cancer. So I went to the doctors, they tested me for everything under the sun, and I was the healthiest sick person there was.
Desperate for answers, the women took to the web and found a Facebook page that seemed to offer them.
They directed me to posts that they had tagged with symptoms. I went into my doctor's office with a note. I probably had 12 or 15 symptoms on there. I said, this is my problem. I think it's Essure. He said, okay, we'll do surgery.
And it just hit me like a brick wall. That's what it's been this whole time.
All 3 went to doctors to have Essure removed through hysterectomies. All 3 now say their symptoms are gone.
Before them, I didn't even know that all of my problems really were caused by Essure. Now that it's out, I know every single one of them was caused by it.
Dr. Jennifer Carmen of Bronson OBGYN performs Essure. She acknowledges that serious complications can arise.
That coil can actually perforate through the fallopian tube or uterus and can be spit out or expelled into the abdominal cavity, sometimes leading to an invasive surgery to remove the coil.
But says that fewer than 5% of patients have adverse effects.
The risk for complications are actually pretty small with the Essure procedure. You know, we have some case reports of some bad complications, but they're actually pretty rare. Most patients do well with Essure.
And Bayer stands behind its product, saying all adverse effects are listed in the product information.
This fact has been confirmed by the Food and Drug Administration, whose review of our 5-year safety data for Essure found that it did not demonstrate any new safety problems or an increased incidence of problems already known.
Well, they may not be most patients. These women say their suffering should be more than enough to warrant a closer look at the product and the procedure.
Who would want to sell you a product that is going to have all these terrible side effects?
It's not a good option. It definitely needs to be taken off the market.
Essure was approved for use by the FDA in 2002. From that time through October of last year, 943 adverse events were reported to the FDA related to Essure. The most common were pain and hemorrhaging. In August, a woman who was admitted to the hospital with abdominal pain after having the Essure procedure died from toxic shock syndrome. The attending physician, though, ruled that the cause of death was not directly related to Essure. All 3 women we interviewed for this story say they're considering becoming part of a medical tort claim, which would be filed against the federal government. Marcy Kobriger, News Channel 3.